It's time. My Schmincke watercolor collection is embarrassing, but it's for your benefit. At least that's what I tell my husband. I'm swatching them all. I actually had to delay this video originally because a new granulating set came out and 2 more limited edition colors were released as well. So, oh my goodness, I have a sickness. Okay, enough of that. Before we get into swatching, let's look at the details of this brand. Number 1, professional quality, can't go wrong. Highly pigmented. These aren't vegan. They're made with ox gall and also cholesterol. They re-wet easily. Loads of personality variation. So you've got the opaques and the sheers and then everything in between. And that leads me to their granulating series, their super granulating series. It's massive and exciting. Maybe not so much for you crazy paint mixing people out there. Their student line, Akademie, is really well done, but it is pricey in comparison to a lot of other student brands. Overall, the brand is pricey. Jackson's tends to have the best prices, but also check out St. Louis Art Supply. And of course, I'm gonna have all of my resources below, so you can check them out. Okay, friends, it's time to get into swatching, but I do need to share a little caveat or FYI. If you're new here, you need to know, I'm not a big swatcher. This is the first time in my entire career that I've actually dedicated myself to swatching my entire collection. So my organization of these colors over the years has been a lot more like emotional and intuitive than actually like organizational. So you're gonna notice along the way, I'm gonna need your help with identifying some of these colors. Yeah, just stick around. It's gonna be a wild ride. The first 12 colors here are from the Akademie collection. That's the student grade collection. And these are the limited edition pastels. Icy yellow, icy orange, icy red, icy pink, icy red brown, icy violet, icy blue, icy turquoise, icy blue green, icy green, icy brown, icy gray. I will say this about the Akademie collection. My experience with it is that these colors are definitely noticeably not as pigmented as Schmincke's professional line, which is to be expected. But when I compare the Akademie price point to their pigment load to other student brands, yeah, Akademie falls a little short. Next up, we are moving into the super granulating collection. And I do own, to the best of my knowledge, the entire collection. Schmincke's granulating sets come in sets of 5, and they're given names that help describe kind of their color story. So Shire, Glacier, Urban, and so on. I have chosen to completely deconstruct their organization system for my own. And my own is not perfect, and you will see what I mean real soon. Volcano yellow, volcano orange, tundra orange, galaxy pink, tundra pink, tundra violet, volcano violet, deep sea violet, galaxy violet, glacier turquoise, glacier green, glacier blue, galaxy blue, deep sea blue, deep sea indigo, tundra blue, deep sea black, haze blue, galaxy black, deep sea green, forest green, Shire olive, forest blue, Shire yellow, Shire green, Shire blue, forest gray, Shire gray, forest green, tundra green, haze brown, haze pink, haze indigo, glacier black, glacier brown, galaxy brown, forest brown, volcano brown, urban green, urban brown, urban gray, urban red, urban yellow, and haze black. Oh my gosh, friends, let me tell you what, I had a time with these, and I actually think I'm missing one because I think there's a total of 40. Friends, this collection I made into half pans at a time when I was using clear half pans. If you've been with me for a while on this channel, you'll know that clear half pans are absolutely not the way to go because I write the names of the colors on the half pans, and if you want to know how I make my own palettes, I'll link that video below. But then when you fill the half pans with color, yeah, you can't see what you've written anymore. And so I had a lot of choice words to say as I was working through this. So let me say this. If you believe I've made a mistake in labeling any of these granulating colors, please let me know in comments because clearly this creative scatterbrain, free spirit, whatever I like to call myself, needs all the organizational help I can get. Next up, we are getting into kind of their classic collection. I do have some Akademie neons mingled in here, so I will call those out when they pop up. Jaune Brilliant, Naples. Titanium Yellow, Lemon Yellow, Cadmium Yellow, Pure Yellow. Titanium Gold Ochre, Transparent Green Gold. Friends, this next one, I have no idea. I'll tell you a little story. When I originally purchased Schmincke, it was in one of those 48 color massive palettes from Amazon, and none of them were labeled. You had to go like dig into the listing to get the color names, and they weren't even in order. And now that same listing has really different colors, so it was a hot mess trying to figure those out. So yeah, go ahead, head into comments and let me know which color do you think I'm swatching here. Naples Red, Indian Yellow, Chromium Yellow Deep, Chromium Orange, Transparent Orange, Cadmium Red Orange, Scarlet, Madder Red Dark, Permanent Carmine, Transparent Red Deep, Geranium Red, Akademie Neon Pink, Yintico Red, Brilliant Opera Rose, Perylene Maroon, Madder Red Dark, Quinacridone Magenta, Magenta, Quinacridone Violet. The next one, I have not a clue. Yeah, head to comments, help me out, friends. Brilliant Red Violet, Potter's Pink, Madder Brown, Quinacridone Purple, Manganese Violet. Now, friends, remember, this has been a tough road organizing these colors. Even some of the pre-made half pans that I purchased recently, they do have pigment numbers stamped on the side, but more than half of them were like cut off halfway through the set of numbers. You literally couldn't tell what the number said. I thought I was going to lose it. Ultramarine Violet, Schmincke Violet, Brilliant Blue Violet, Paris Blue, Delft Blue, Prussian Blue, Prussian Green, Blue Cyan, Ultramarine Finest, Cerulean Tone, and the next blue, yeah, you guessed it, I'm stumped. Actually, the next three. Remember, friends, I had to kind of remake my palette in the middle of filming this video because I decided to add like, I don't know, 13 new colors because I just couldn't help myself. So my swatching sheets were filled out with the names of the colors that I had before I decided to add all the new colors. So yeah. So I've got 3 colors in a row here that I need your help identifying. I know you're out there. I know you know exactly what these are because I've got my color nerds out there, and that is the most complimentary thing that I could call any artist, just so you're aware. Icy Blue. Now that's not to be confused with the icy blues of the Akademie line. This one I got maybe 2 years ago. It was a limited edition. My memory is kind of foggy with this one, but you can definitely tell the pigment load difference with this icy blue compared to the Akademie student grade line. I don't know where my head was at. This is Yinmin Blue. This has nothing to do with the Yin Tinko Red. Oh my goodness, Yinmin Blue. And don't come at me for pronunciation. I swear, I promise I looked the pronunciations up online and practiced, and I'm probably still messing them up. Cobalt Turquoise, Helia Green Bluish, Phthalo Green, May Green, and another big question mark, y'all. Help me out in the comments. Chromium Oxide Green, Cobalt Green Dark, Cobalt Green Pure, Permanent Green Olive, Cobalt Green Turquoise, Perylene Green. Yep, and another. Need your help? Head to comments. You know what? And while we're here, are we having a good time? Are you enjoying this swatching craziness that I'm bringing to you? I knew you probably expected swatching from me was going to be a little different, and hopefully it's been helpful. If it has, go ahead, give this video a boop. Friends, that's a like in Christy Land YouTube speak. Olive Green Yellowish, Akademie Neon Green, Burnt Umber, Sepia, Neutral, and another that I don't know the name of. Burnt Sienna, Indian Red, Madder Brown, Venetian Red, Raw Sienna, Yellow Ochre, Pains, and Ivory Black. Okay, I want to talk about some of my favorites, but from a non-scientific-y point of view. Right? I want to talk about colors that really make me feel good, that make me excited to return to again and again, and why. And if you have some of your own favorites from Schmincke, go ahead into comments and let us know what they are. Now, the Akademie pastels are really fun, and I've painted with them a few times on this channel. I'm going to link one of the most popular videos below, but when it comes to my favorite, I have one favorite, and it's the icy red brown. And I think it's kind of a misnomer because it doesn't feel brown to me. It just feels like a really lovely, soft, kind of warm, peachy, creamy loveliness. And it's just one that I go back to again and again. Now, when we're talking about these super granulating colors, I've got to be real honest here, friends. I love Schmincke, and I know there's been a lot of hullabaloo when it comes to their granulating collection. But all that said, there are better granulating formulations out there, in my humble opinion. That does not take away from the fact that these are super fun. And I'm making that statement without any kind of context of light fastness. So, hear me out. You know I'm a fan of the handmade watercolors from 31 Purple Fish. And I honestly sent her a message like last year and I said, girl, your granulating pigments are beyond even Schmincke. And she was honored to hear that. I don't know what she does, but her colors just rock and roll on the page when it comes to granulating. But all that said, these Schmincke granulating colors are awesome and really, really good if you're like kind of on the fence about granulation because they're not super, super, super granulating like some others on the market. Here are a couple of my favorites. Volcano Violet, oh my gosh. It goes from a violet to a peach. It's flipping fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. And then Volcano Brown. This is my ding, ding, ding #1. I love what's going on here. There's kind of some sepia things happening, really cool, strong red granulation, which is really hard to do in the warm tones in terms of granulating. And these like smoky, bluey kind of moments and just wow. If you were going to get one super granulating tube, this would be the one I would recommend. And let's get into the good old classics. Some favorites of mine. Oh my gosh, Naples Red. Any brand that has a Naples Red, I am such a fan because it's really usually just a lovely, lovely peach or like flesh tone, and they always get me excited. Cadmium Red Orange is like this most gorgeous, like terracotta-y, corally, just, yeah, good stuff. Transparent Red Deep has gotta be one of the most intense, velvety, but washes down beautifully to sheer reds that is out there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I can't get enough. And it's one that I'm always replacing. Geranium red. I think you can see a theme going here. I like the warm colors. Geranium red is another one. It is like quintessential coral. Stunning. I love that it's got just a touch of opacity, but then it just shears out and is lovely and like cotton candy and yeah, chef's kiss. You guessed it. The Brilliant Opera Rose is interesting. I'm curious if you've noticed this. If you've used this color, let me know. Do you notice that it has a slight granulation? I've always noticed that. Maybe there's just something wrong with me, but let me know if you've seen it too. This one is definitely in my top 10. Brilliant Blue Violet is such an interesting color for me. I am not, like, purple is my least favorite color. I know, I can hear the gasps, but seriously. Brilliant Blue Violet really does it for me because it's not too purpley, I guess, is what you could say. Paris Blue and Delft Blue, oh my lord, good stuff. I especially love some of the crazy that happens when you use Delft Blue in like heavier layers, more towards mass tone or full coverage, and then you wash it out from full coverage. Some really cool stuff happens, and I'm such a fan. Prussian green, baby, good stuff. If you want to know the number one color that is always running out on my Schmincke palette, that would be May Green. It just mixes so beautifully in so many different ways with so many different colors on the palette and just does a lot of amazing things. So yeah, if you're going to try out any green from Schmincke, I'd recommend May Green. Now, if you're still fixing for some more swatching videos, you want to check out my swatching of my Mary Blue collection recently. It was a blast, a lot shorter, and it's going to give you tons of inspiration, friends. Until next time, I wish you so much happy swatching.